Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are back on Nordic Ashes, but we are going to be playing some M.I.S.S.I.N.G, the secret hidden character that hopefully all of you have unlocked now. Anyway, the way that M.I.S.S.I.N.G works is he gets a random loadout. He doesn't get any specific starting relic and his tree is different every single time. So we are going to play on him on Midgard on expert, and we have no idea what his tree is going to be, but we are going to go with whatever the game gives us. So we've started off with air, not bad at all. We've got thunder armor as well as negling. I think we are going to take a little bit of points in negling first, unfortunately, because the birds themselves aren't really that strong until you have a lot more they're very good, especially for the store. They're fantastic when you have the store up and running and you want those extra chests. Probably the best skill to get in terms of that. But with regards to obviously just flat damage in the beginning, it is a lot easier to get a skill that we can control a little bit better, because there is quite a lot of time and gap between obviously the one bird and the other bird, so you don't really want to have that cause a problem. You do have to work on I think projectile speed for them, as well as your projectiles. So amount of projectiles, projectile speed, and then we can look at damage as well. So we will grab them. We are going to obviously use them as well, because, you know, we started off with them as a weapon and we can see what they look like without the perfect concoction, because, you know, some people are like, oh, but a lot of the Helga's weapons are very underwhelming and they're only good because of her ulti. And this is going to show you that these weapons are actually pretty decent and you don't need Helga for the weapon to be fun. Alright, so we are, again, we started off with their negling. We're just going to get it to a decent place. So damage, projectiles, you know the normal drill that we go for. And damage and cooldown, that's fine. But then our last level, we aren't going to ascend it just yet. We'll look at the birds first and go from there. We do just want to have it where it is, and we'll start working on the birds. We'll see how they go. I do like the birds ascension, but we can go forward from what we can see and how the game itself moves. So you do have to be a little bit trying to think of what the wording could be. You know, a little bit on the fly. I can't think of what the word is. You have to make decisions based on how things go. So even some of the relics that you obtain can change the way that you're building your character. So these are some of the things you do have to think about, some of the things that you need to worry about. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but, you know, Broken, you're at a 350 kill shrine right now. Why are you doing that? Why not do it later? Guys, the relic is XP. So it doesn't help if I do it later. We need to do this one as soon as possible so we get the bonus XP. I hope that helps as well. And as you can see, we're already on 160 out of the 350. So it definitely goes very quickly, not something you have to worry about too much. Now we got projectile speed there. We don't need the area. We're going to reroll projectile speed. I need summons, but we don't need the area. So we got projectile speed again. I don't want area. There's damage and summons, good. Summons and projectile speed's good. And we don't need the area. This game. Alright, so as you can see, the more projectiles you actually get for the birds, some of them do stay closer to you. They don't go in a proper circle, but as you can see, the projectile speed is what makes them fly around us faster. And that was something we did want to just double check on. So again, like I mentioned in the beginning, you want projectile speed. You then want yourself the damage as well as projectiles, and you should be good there. You don't really have to worry about cooldown on them because they are up 24/7, and you don't have to worry about some of the other stuff that you would, like duration or you know, cooldown duration. Area isn't really that important. You could do area, it does make the birds bigger, but it isn't really necessary. We do have negling for that as well, and you'll see that we actually going to be having a good time with the ascended birds as well, so there's that to go for as well. Right, we have to get this sword to hit these elites. There we go. We actually got a double chest, double elite there, which is really good for us. Now we can go for another summon on the birds, and let's see what this chest gives us. So these are just pure... Oh, another summon. That is fantastic. Alright, so we've got even more summons now over there. And... okay, we're going to have to go for a little bit of projectile. I think I've spent way too many rerolls on these birds. And there we've got even more summons and even more projectile speed. So, I mean, even without, you know, the Helga's ulti and things like that, you can see how fast these birds are spinning. And that's even without our ascension of the birds as well. So we are going to grab the ascension. We don't have as much damage as we maybe would have wanted. But again, it's still really, really strong, and it's really, really good for us. We have a epic, well, that's a rare chest actually. We've got a rare chest over there. It's nice when those the shrines have epic chests. I think they should change that. I think shrines should only have epic chests if they are going to put them, unless it's for a free shrine. But then the free shrine should have something like at least a rare chest, because no one really wants to pick up chests as a shrine. That's something you get as a drop from the enemies. Alright, there isn't really... oh, there's still the 100 fart shrine over there that we haven't been to just yet, so let's go take a look at that. I'm very... do you know what, we'll take it. And now we gain flying spiral. So, bam. Hopefully we can get some damage increase chests for our birdies, because we didn't really get many of them while we were doing our upgrades. We didn't get a lot of damage, so it's a bit meh in that sense. But as you can see, we are in a pretty decent spot with the birds, and with Negling obviously being there to assist us as well. So... I mean, look how easy we just killed like 100 enemies just by standing still. This is definitely a I can stand still and nothing get close to me kind of feeling. Obviously I say that, but we probably will get hit by something like we just did there. But it is what it is. Now we just need to get as much gold as possible. Okay, there is a chest. Please give us damage for the birds. It gave us negling. We'll grab the damage for negling, why not? Alright, so now we don't have any magic affinity items, so we're not going to worry about that. We do have projectile speed here though, so we do have to worry about this. Okay, let's do area first. I do see at the bottom over there, we do also have our 2 heart containers. So we will grab that as well. As you can see, the area does make a difference. The birds get bigger and they will obviously hit things a lot easier. So it is something to definitely take into account. Area is useful on the birds, but right now that's not something that helps with their actual damage. It just helps them hit things easier. But as you can see, things just die very, very quickly. Alright, so we need more life, which it looks like we're getting. We also got quite a lot of gold from these chests, which is fantastic. That's not fair. That's really unfair. We didn't step into Woody. The game should say to you, are you sure you want to click on Woody accidentally? No, that's really unfair. Okay, so mistakes happened there, as you can see, and they cause us grief. But it just shows you need to be careful, because that can happen to you. Unfortunately, we do have to take this because we do want the projectile speed over there, and we are going to grab the longsword for negling. It does just give us that extra survivability as well. So grab that. We've also got the attraction fossil now, so we don't have to worry too much about XP. We do have our magnet as well in our back pocket waiting to be used. And I am very upset that we never got the laugh that we could have got there, because that really would have helped with our projectile speed as well, and things like that. But you know, it is what it is. Stuff happens, and you just got to learn from it. We got to learn to be a lot more careful around Woody, because you can see he's a sensitive little tree, and if you get too close to him, he's going to reset your relics without you wanting him to. Right, we do need to move around a lot more. We do need to grab some more chests and some more gold, so we need to start working on that. We did have to waste a lot of gold then. We never really got anything to show for it, so you know, that's very unfortunate on our behalf. But you know, don't let that happen to you guys. Make sure you are a lot more careful than what I was. Okay, Wolf, you're being rude. Go away. Thank you for being so cooperative. Right. We grab the projectile speed and we can start upgrading more projectile speed. I don't know if there's a cap on any of these things. I don't think there are, after seeing like Helga. I mean, look at this. This is why we need more damage on them. Very nice to keep us safe, at least, you know. So if you don't really want to run around, then you can just stand still and do a do not move challenge with the birds even, maybe. Maybe that's something we can do on Helga. Do like a no moving challenge. So you won't really get any of the relics, but it's also very difficult because you don't get any of the XP. So I don't know if you can do it, but it would be very interesting. Maybe on easy. I don't know so much about doing it on expert. Okay, we do have a shield, so I don't really have to be focused too much, but I do want more gold. I would like more relics if possible, and the gold is going to give us that. Yeah, I really do wish we had more damage on these birds. Maybe next time we'll focus on damage and numbers with a little bit less on the projectile speed. But, you know, this is all a learning process as well. Although I've been playing for a good amount of hours in the game, there's still always things to learn because you don't play the same thing over and over. Obviously, if you're playing Helga, things are a little bit different because of her ulti, and you don't really get the chance to see what a skill would look like if you built it the correct way, because it doesn't really matter how you build it on her. You just need projectiles. Everything else comes on its own because of the ulti. So you wouldn't even need to build damage. As long as the skill says projectile on it, you're going to kill everything around you as soon as you pop that ulti. So that's how Helga works. And you don't really get to learn about the skill that much. Maybe try playing her without the ulti if you wanted to see how things worked a lot better. That is one of the things you can do. Maybe it's a thing we should do. But yeah, that's how, you know, these things sometimes work. We do have damage over here, so we are going to grab that as well. And we could grab this and stand still, but apparently focus is bugged and it doesn't really work the way that it's intended to. If anything, when you are moving, you get negative buffs. So we don't really want to grab focus until we've read something a little bit more about it, saying that one, it's either fixed, or two, you know, it works the way that it doesn't actually give us the debuff that it does. But I haven't confirmed or denied that this does happen, but I don't really want to try it. It does happen that way because it kind of just hurts us then in the long run, and that's just not good for us. Alright. There is a boss here. They are getting tougher to kill now. Obviously, our damage is limited because, you know, we didn't really grab enough damage upgrades on our stuff. But this is Midgard, not Elfarm, so it is slightly easier. If you were looking for even more of a challenge, then go for Elfarm. There is a new world coming soon to the game, guys, so that's going to be really, really cool. It should be harder than the worlds before, so it should be harder than both Elfarm and Midgard, because that is how, you know, this works. Each world progressively gets harder and harder and more challenging. We do know that the new world has bats in it, because the concept art has been shown to us, which is really cool. Again, it is concept art, so it can be changed. It doesn't necessarily mean that is how it's going to be, but, you know, that's really, really cool concept art, and you should join the Discord to take a look at things like these and get into a discussion of things that you would like to see changed, or even some suggestions that you could put in the game yourself. So join the Discord if you haven't yet, guys. Alright, let's he be dead. Alright, let's not mess up again on Woody. Hopefully he's not going to cause us grief. I think we're going to go and buy what we can before we go to his side, because he is a terrible person. This tree screwed me over. Right, nothing happened to us that time. And we go for the helmet. That's perfect. We don't need the cooldown potion, so let's see what the last two relics we can afford. We can go for damage. And I forgot to use... Oh, man. Alright, that's all we can afford. I forgot to use our... Man, our magnet. All of that XP just blown out of the window. Alright, so we don't really need more XP though. We do have everything we've wanted. We not going to go for the Negling upgrade. Do we want Frozen Path? No, so we will upgrade Thunder Armor. So we're going to go for damage and a lot of rerolls, it would seem. Bounces are good here, and damage, but again, we're not really getting the damage, like I said. The game seems to not want us to get damage. And then we just need 5 more gold so we can get this rare chest as well. Alright, and then we don't really have to worry about gold as much anymore, because obviously now we don't need it so much. We don't have a chance to get more relics besides for those that we've left behind, which is okay as well. I'm sure we will get something decent out of this chest, hopefully. Something decent out of the chest, hopefully. There's some more damage and cooldown. Let's just get some more levels for ourselves, and then we will look at finishing the thunder armor. Again, under the circumstances, I think using someone like M.I.S.S.I.N.G is really good for spreading yourself out for different ascendancies. It really does make a difference, because normally you'll be like, no, we'll go for the Storm Axe, and then Stormbringer on Axeldor, and then you double ascend it, and then you've only got one more ascension for something else, and you don't really mix and match. Whereas if you're playing M.I.S.S.I.N.G, you know, we've got one ascendancy on the birds, we've got one on Negling, and now we're going for one on the thunder armor. So it's kind of cool in that sense to play with him compared to some of the other character choices that you might have. So we're going to go for another projectile on the Negling. It gives it more area of effect as well as more damage. And there is some gold here on the floor. We just needed to get there safely. Hey, go away from us. You know, here I am just trying to be in a safe place. And these elites don't want me to be. Come on. There we go. Let's grab our chest over here. There we go. And what did we get? It was... See, this is... That's irritating. Alright, but we'll grab cooldown. I mean, we paid 15 gold for that chest. Was it worth it? No. So I do think the chests need a little bit of reworking or tweaking on them. But otherwise, it's very good otherwise. Bounce in areas, okay. We don't need effective probability. We can go for damage and bounce if that is a possibility. Alright, so we're nearly there. We're nearly at the final. We're at the final stretch here. Can we do it? Of course we can. If you get this far, guys, you've practically finished the game. You just got to be wary of your movements. And everything will be okay. Just got to be careful. Watch our movements a bit. Make sure we don't take damage for no reason, like from an elite. We do have a shield, so that's okay. We also have the relic that makes us take less damage when we do get hit, so that's fantastic for when we're fighting the bosses as well. Or from when our speedy Gonzalez over here decides to hit us. But we do see a chest over there, which we want. So, you know, if the elites could move out the way, that would be fantastic. There we go. There's our chest. And more damage to Negling, sure. Alright, come on. I would have liked to bounce, but damage and cooldown works as well. Alright, increase the number of projectiles by 5. Yeah, let's do that. Ow. Ow again. And finally, Lord Ragnar. Right, so we did grab some of the XP that was on the floor, remembering that we have the magnet artifact. But again, I don't think it's really going to make that much of a difference right now. So we can grab the infinite whirlwind. I don't think we can actually get its next level as well. So, you know, that is a thing. We might as well just use it. As you can see, it does buff us. So that is going to help us deal more damage as well. So phase 1 should be done and dusted. I walked into that because I'm silly. And now we just need to run around while trying to survive. Alright, a lot of people as well don't know about negling. I don't know if it's not read properly or if maybe it's just kind of forgotten. But the second ascension, although it's really cool to kind of have damage dealt behind you as well, it halves your damage. So, you know, especially on expert, not something you want to do. So when you are playing with negling, try not take the second ascendancy, because that's really going to hurt your damage quite a lot. Alright, again, we just got to move around, make sure we are not hit by any of these monsters, and then we will be able to kill the boss. Just need to get to that last level. Ow. Okay, his phase is over, that's good, but we still need to dodge all of these skills of his. And he's not even wanting to play nicely on the map with us right now, so that's very irritating. We've been taking some unnecessary damage, but as you can see, he is also unnecessarily being silly and not playing nice with us. So we're gonna chill here. Just do that. Now we can get a bit closer to him, although we did just get hit again. And dead. Alright, perfect. That was super close. But we did it. As you can see, the damage of the DPS of the skills wasn't too great, but it worked out. So that was a very random run with missing, and we managed to make it work just in the nick of time, even though we did mess up on the first shot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.